I told you guys I was gonna give you a Benson Henderson fighter showcase. Are you there, sir? Who am I fighting? You there? Let's get it. Hello? Alright. He's here. And we're just jumping right into it, boys. We're just jumping right into it. There's no wasting time whatsoever. And of course, in case you haven't realized, this is EA Sports UFC 2. Benson Henderson, in a lot of ways, was like a staple in UFC 2. The game heavily featured his rivalry with Anthony Showtime Pettis, right? They first fought each other in the WEC, then they fought again in the UFC, and like a year after they fought, their rivalry was like a really big theme, right? EA did that a few times. I believe in UFC 1, like the theme for that was John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. They were like the two main faces of UFC 1. Oh, there's my straight uppercut, straight combo. And you guys see me throwing this calf kick? That's Benson Henderson, baby. He is the godfather of the calf kick in MMA. Period. I don't know if there's anybody else that you can really say started the calf kick trend. But it's kind of crazy though. Like when he was throwing the calf kick in the UFC, like it really didn't catch on. Like a lot of people didn't really do it. But caught me right there. And of course, a vast majority of people in the welterweight division are going to use Robbie Lawler. Also, the taunting that Robbie Lawler is doing, this is not actually the player taunting, I promise you that. UFC 2 has automatic taunts. Oh, there's a parry. UFC 2 has automatic taunts, so like if you leave your fighter idle for a little bit, they start taunting. Some fighters taunt way more than others, and Robbie Lawler is one of them. See, like right there. It's one of the weirdest one of the weirdest decisions in the game is to add those automatic taunts. Not like none of us liked it at all. We all complained about it. Like right there, it's like because sometimes you don't want to disrespect your opponent, but like the game forces you to taunt, and it's like, bro, that's not what I'm trying to do. Caught him right there. Yeah, so the UFC games, they always introduce like these little themes. Like I said, in UFC 1, it was John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. And in UFC 2, it was Benson Henderson as well as Anthony Showtime Pettis. These guys were showcased quite a bit. In UFC 3, I believe it was Conor McGregor and it was Ronda Rousey. And then, of course, in UFC 4, the theme, of course, was Israel Adesanya and Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, Benson is fun to use, bro. Honestly, he is very fun to use. See some of these shots that I'm landing right now? There we go. There we go. Nice. He doubles up on the uppercut. Oh, rocked. That's it. That is it. That is it. That is it, baby. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, this is what he does right here. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section what this actually means, because I'm not sure. But whoo, that was a beautiful KO. Classic straight uppercut straight. That's my combo in UFC 2. That's my combo. Boom, boom, boom. Let's move on. Let's get it. We're facing Robbie again, which is like, again, this is what you're going to experience when you play this game in UFC 2 in the welterweight division. Robbie is kind of like, I describe him as like the, oh my God. I describe him as like the Robert Whittaker, the Alexander Volkanovski style. Just very, in UFC 2, just very comfortable to use. And a big reason for that is because of his strike animations. He has these like heavy, what we call it heavy strike animations. And these like right there. These shots, they do a very good job of halting you. It has a lot of stopping power, so you just don't exchange with Robbie Lawler at all. You're gonna lose that battle. Right here, I'm trying to move a little bit. Trying to use my leg kicks.
Didn't quite connect.
Leg kick. And I remember that in UFC 2, leg kicks count for a lot on the scorecard, so it's all slowly coming back to me. So I'm gonna try to rack up these points a little bit with these leg kicks. So checks that one. Crowd booing. Relax. Fight has just started. What the heck are you doing? What the heck are you doing in the middle of the... I think there's a very good chance... Yeah, he can hear me. You can hear me, can't you? You can hear me. That's why you're being a freaking... That's why you're trolling, huh? Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah, keep trolling, bro. You keep trolling. There we go. I'm gonna keep hitting you. I'm just gonna stay away from him while he's doing that because I think this man has a method to his madness. The trolling that he's doing, he probably has a... Oh, he got it. Yeah, he got it. He got it. He has a plan. He's going to execute his plan to perfection.
Good strike from the top.
Nope, gotcha.
Side control.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. You know what, bro? We're just going to jump right into round number 2.
Here's a look at some of the action here. And here's a nice shot, lands perfectly. And here's another clean shot that lands. And another perfectly placed strike. Very impressive striking going on in that round. The lovely Brittany's. Are you ready?
Round number 2.
Joe, that was a good round. But
Let's see if this man's going to keep trolling.
turn it up from here. That was a
He probably will.
feeling out
He probably will because he's feeling real good about himself right now. He feels like, pretty sure he feels like he has this in the bag. You can tell I am a newbie again. By the way, like, it's so, like, you don't understand how weird it feels to come back to a game that you used to dominate and, like, you start losing to a bunch of bums. It's crazy, bro. That just shows you how different these games are, man. Like, for a while, we saw significant differences in gameplay. We really did. Like, from UFC 1 to UFC 2, the difference was quite big. And then from UFC 2 to UFC 3, the difference is also quite big. But from UFC 3 to UFC 4, some things have stayed fairly the same, and I think that's going to continue. I think they found like a good base to try to build everything off of. I think for the first 3 games, the goal was just to try to find a solid base. The game engine changed, I believe. So I think now they found like a solid base where everything is going to get built off of that. Got him. Let's see what your grappling's like, buddy. Since you're trying to be all showy on the feet.
Man, some nasty body shots, and you can see the bruising starting on the
Posture. No. Don't worry. I remember that momentum transition. That was a classic momentum transition in UFC 2 where, sir, the moment you posture and they try to get up, it speeds up the get up transition. This game also featured contextual transitions quite heavily. I don't remember all of them, but I know it was a big thing in UFC 2.
trying to close the distance.
Can I dump him? No. Oh, you're getting dumped, sir. There you go. No.
Henderson with an elbow to the head.
There's another elbow.
He's gonna go left. I didn't deny it though. Let's posture a little bit. See what we can do here.
He moves to full guard here.
Don't do it again. Nice. Nice. Smart. He went the other direction.
Lawler switches his stance.
By the way, that little crouching movement that you just saw him do, it is a specific animation that you can trigger in UFC 2 when you're actively denying takedowns, right? When you're actively denying takedowns and you're moving, your fighter crouches. That is one thing that is I thought was dope about UFC 2 that, of course, disappeared from the game completely, which is it's just something that EA does that I personally find to be just disheartening. It's like, bro, when you have interesting aspects of a specific game, don't remove it, don't take it out. Like, keep it in the game, build on top of it, right? It's like there's so many things about UFC 2, even UFC 1, that I would have loved to see them carry over, and maybe I'll make a video on that, covering all those things that should have carried over, because quite a few of them, and they just ignored them. Damn!
Good straight to the body by Lawler. Man, he's eating some heavy kicks.
Well denied, honestly.
He's really starting to...
That's actually a really good deny.
Nice movement on the ground.
He doesn't know the contextual transition, bro. That sucks for you, bro. You're about to get swept. There you go. Yes, sir. That will count. There is the contextual transition that I was talking about. No.
He's got that half guard.
Also, I'll explain it again. The difference between a sweep and a reversal. A sweep is what happens when you go from bottom to top position if you are in any sort of guard, right? So if you are in full guard, if you are in open guard, if you are in half guard, if you sweep them from any sort of guard, whether it's freaking warm guard, whether it's single leg X, whether it's De La Hiva, it doesn't matter what type of guard it is. As long as it's a guard, if you sweep take them from being at the top to the bottom from any sort of guard, that counts as a sweep. When you do the same thing, when you go from bottom to top position in a non-guard position, so say side control, for example, bottom mount, for example, even when they have your back, for example, it doesn't count as a sweep. It's just a reversal. So
That's a good target for him. He sees the swelling, and it's going to impede his opponent.
Now you know. Some jiu-jitsu knowledge for you.
Solid leg kick. And he connects.
They are exchanging here, Mike. Nice
There you go.
1-2 with the right and the left.
That overhand is it's quite. There you go.
Left hand.
Oh, very nice.
That elbow animation is actually pretty good too, bro.
Joe, that was well done, blocking the punch. Lawler counters with a jab.
This fight's almost over, and we're not. Neither of us is gonna get a finish, so I don't know how this one's gonna play out.
Henderson with the straight left.
I think I might get this, man. I took him down multiple times. I controlled him on the ground a few times. I landed some nice leg kicks. So I think I got this one, boys.
And this fight goes
We're about to find out.
Both men did damage in what could very well be the fight of the night. But only one man will have
We're about to find out how this one's gonna go. I think I got it.
That fight should be a draw because it was so close. Incredible
Joe,
back and forth
Joe,
action.
what are
Really
you
fun
talking
fight to
about?
watch.
Also, I've heard some of you say that, you know, hearing Joe Rogan on commentary is really refreshing, as well as hearing Mike Goldberg on commentary. I completely agree. I think the duo.
has gathered the judges' scorecards.
For the winner by split decision, Benson.
Oh yes. I don't like the fact that I got a split decision, but bro, whatever. A win is a win. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. And this is where we're going to end it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave a like on it. And I'll see you guys later with a brand new one. As always, stay safe. Peace out. Have a good one.